ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
It's really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass, guys, because 32 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 32 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all this to say, guys, you know, we've all had the roughest few years of our lives, right? Not just here, all over the world. And I want everyone out there to know you're not alone and someone is listening. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please reach out. Don't suffer alone. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. You can go to BAM. You can go to Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. And please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. Guys, I want to give a shout out to one of my incredible sponsors today, SOS for Life. They're having their second annual benefit event, Christmas Feels Like Home, held at Vinyl Lab in Nashville, Tennessee, December 9th of 23, guys. The website is www.christmasfeelslikehome.com. You could also go to www.sos4life.org. This is an incredible what they do is they help children in need, children who are suffering, children who are abused, maybe with a mental disability. Okay, guys, very important. So I'm a true, listen, I love SOS for Life, and I'm going to let everybody know, please check out their websites, okay? Very important, because the kids are what's vital here, their needs, okay? Thank you for that. So, guys, you know I always bring it, right? Well, honey, I am bringing it again. That's right. I want to introduce my guest co-host first, who I'm going to give the honors of introducing our superstar guest. Justin Drummond, say hello to everyone.
Geri Petito, one of my favorite smartasses like in the world. Like, can I say that? Can I say that?
Of course, I said it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yes, by the way, the word ass is the only word we can say on my show. Go ahead, continue, Justin.
All right. So, really, we are really privileged, to have this guest with us today. If you guys watch NBC's The Voice, you might have seen this guy, who I absolutely loved his cover of "Easy on Me" by Adele. And also part of and this was actually Blake Shelton's last season. So this was definitely emotional. But he was privileged to be on the last Team Blake. And I did a little bit more research on this guy, and I can honestly say nothing but love. And we're gonna learn more about him today. EJ Michels, how you doing?
Justin, I think we lost EJ. He'll definitely be back. Here he comes. There we go. We thought we lost you, EJ. There you go, kid.
How you doing, EJ?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
Yeah. Oh my God. I think you missed my beautiful intro.
I missed it.
Okay, but that's okay, because when you listen to it and you watch it again on the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel, guys, you'll be able to hear it. He did you justice.
I love it. Heck yeah.
Okay.
So, EJ, first of all, we have 3 of your songs we will be playing through this interview. Your voice is magnificent. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, let's start the journey. Let's start the show with your journey. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you started, and then throughout the interview, Justin has a question or two, and I'll have something. But why don't you take the mic?
Of course, yeah. So I'm 32 years old. I'm from this small town called Draper, Utah. It's not so much a small town anymore. I started my musical journey when I was 7 years old playing classical music called Suzuki. It's a certain method of piano playing where you would learn by ear rather than learning by sight reading. So my mom would just play these tapes all day long in the car when I'd wake up, when I'd go to sleep, and you would just learn to play just by listening and then by kind of looking at the keys. And then I also learned how to sight read as well. But then I didn't really get into music until the end of middle school when I saw a Coldplay song, Clocks, play over a Peter Pan trailer at the movies, and I became obsessed with the song. I went home and learned it on piano. I signed up for vocal lessons. By that time, I already knew how to play piano, but I didn't really know how to sing as much. And I started writing my own songs. And
Wait, how old were you when you started writing your own songs?
that was in high school, in 10th grade, was my very first song I ever wrote.
Okay, go ahead.
It was after watching the movie Music and Lyrics. You might have heard of that or seen it.
Yeah,
It definitely inspired. I think Drew Barrymore might be in that, maybe, if I can remember. I just remember being inspired to write my first song and sitting down and not knowing what to do. I just felt so intimidated looking at the piano keys, thinking like, oh my gosh, like how am I going to write anything? But then my brother and I wrote a song together. He left for a couple years out of state, and that's when I really found myself as a singer and a musician and a songwriter. I literally just nonstop was writing in my basement alone on my piano. At the time, not really knowing what I was writing about. I just was more about melody and the chords and the music than I was the lyrics. But recently, after that, I took a 2-year in high school. Right when I was done with high school, I kind of took a 2-year hiatus, went on this church mission to Ukraine.
Oh.
And I didn't do any music then. But when I came back, I thought like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna do music because you don't make a lot of money as an artist, and all these preconceived notions that like an artist's life is just more difficult, and I gotta do something more stable, and you get a paycheck and you can have a family and kids and have all the American dream. But I don't know, my passion of music just happened. I literally within a month after I got home from Ukraine, I got right back into music and started a band called Foreign Figures with my brother and my 2 friends, Johnny and Seth 78. Yes, it's Seth 78. He has a 78 in his name. And we hit the ground running. We made albums and EPs. We played and toured all around America, even out to Canada, played sold-out shows. We played for a lot of big, huge artists like Ex-Ambassadors, American Authors, Smash Mouth even, Lifehouse, and a lot of, I think we opened at a festival for Kesha as well at some point. And then we got to a point where all of our music was streaming, in the millions and hitting all these dreams. Then COVID hit. The dynamic of the band changed from me being the front man to all 4 of us kind of stepping into this role. And from that point, I started wanting to produce and write and sing and put out my own solo songs. And that's kind of when I started auditioning for The Voice. And I think I was rejected 3 times from The Voice producers before they finally, the 4th time, they let me go through.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about The Voice. Come on.
Yeah. So I auditioned for The Voice last year in June for season 23 of The Voice with Kelly Clarkson as a coach, Blake Shelton's last season, Niall Horan of One Direction, and Chance the Rapper. And
Okay.
To my surprise, I made it through. I kept making it through all the different audition stages, and then they called me and said, "Hey, we want to fly you out to LA. We want to get you into a blind audition." And I was freaking out. And then when they told me what my song was, after sending them a list of some recommendations, I was like, I was crying because I got to sing one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite artists, Adele.
Okay, I love her. Ah,
Yeah, and I just have a question. Like, did you pick that song, or
yeah,
just
I was gonna ask too. Great question.
just to show like
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That was that first song was. I gave them like a list of 12, and then
Okay.
they picked that one. It was like my number 3 choice.
Okay.
So I was really happy with it because that song really shows off a singer's range really well. The fact I could play piano and show that I'm also a musician and not just an instrumentalist as well as a singer. And I mean, I love soul music. I love passionate vocals full of emotion and honesty and authenticity, and Adele literally screams that to a T.
So,
Yeah.
okay, I have a question, and then Justin will have you ask one, and then we'll play one of his songs, okay? So, here you are on The Voice. Here you are singing Adele. I mean, think about that, right? What were you feeling, and what was the audience showing you while you were singing this song?
I didn't see that. Well, I was so in my own emotional headspace and so nervous that I kind of blocked everything out.
Okay.
Besides when the chairs were turning.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I remember just being, after the song was done, just kind of feeling a little relieved because that was a lot of pressure and build up to this one performance that's only 90 seconds.
Okay.
But also kind of feeling like I was on a spaceship because of all the tech going on around me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just surreal. This is the iconic 4 chairs we've been seeing since 2011 when this show started, or 2010. And it's happening in real life. The celebrities are right here. They know my name. They know my voice. And I get the chance to be that person. To sing for these people. Like, what a cool once-in-a-lifetime opportunity as a singer. Like, not everyone gets that chance.
Right.
Yeah, and hold on, I just have a question. Like, because I can't remember. Did you get a 4-chair turn?
I got a 2-chair turn. So I had Chance the Rapper turn first, and then I had, towards the end of the song, Blake turn. And then shortly after, Niall's like, oh, I'm regretting I didn't turn. He's like, I totally would have, but like, I didn't know what I would do with your voice. I didn't know what I would do with it until Chance said these artists. And then Kelly's like, sorry, babe, I've been turning for everyone else. I need to stop turning. So
I have a question about them
Come on,
turning,
Kelly.
about the turning of the chairs. What does it really mean?
So if someone's turning their chair for you, that means they hear something in your voice special enough to get them to turn, that they want you on their team, and they only
Got
have
it.
limited slots. They only have my season. They can only have 10 people per
Oh, so they
So
can
if-
only turn 10 times.
team.
Yeah.
Well, no, they can turn
Well,
more than
no.
that. They can only be chosen 10 times.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they can turn as many times as they want until
Right.
they fill their team.
Gotcha.
But if they're just turning for everyone they like and they fill their team right away, it's like they kind of have to be strategic too, in a sense of like making
No,
sure
I
that
get it.
they diversify their team and have different types of singers. So, it's a competition show. So sometimes they don't turn, but that definitely doesn't mean that you're not a
Okay.
great
Yeah,
singer.
I didn't know. So why don't we
Yeah.
do this, Ruben, producer? Why don't we play his first song? We're gonna play this, then you're gonna talk about it. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's go.
What if you told me you
Would you only stay because it's just an easy day, then leave it when reality's hard to face? What if you told me you were done? When you feel far away as Jupiter, I will hold, bring you in a little closer. When you're scared and alone, familiar, won't let go, love you over and over. What if your heart never expressed, never became what fit you best? Would you end up all alone with no one else to need? Look at what a mess you have left to clean. What if your heart never expressed? When you feel far away as Jupiter, I will hold, bring you in a little closer. When you're scared and alone, familiar, won't let go, love you over and over. Oh, in the end, when the show is over, it's you and I holding on to each other. At your worst, at your best and over, I'll be here by your side as we get older.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm giving you a standing ovation from my seat.
Yeah, I was
Absolutely.
literally like trying not to cry right now.
Absolutely beautiful. EJ,
Thank
tell us
you.
about that song.
I started writing that song a long time ago, like 5 years ago, and it went through so many different revisions. It used to be called like Don't Let Me Go, and then FOMO, that was one point. And I always loved the piano riff intro with the verse melody, but I never could figure out the chorus. And not until I started writing my album, Michigan Avenue, that's coming out on August 4th this summer, I wanted to include it on the album, but I wanted it to fit within my present state and being of how I view relationships and long-term relationships, and how I wanted to kind of set the stage for how I treated my future relationships, and
Okay.
having them be more authentic and special, and something that you just don't. Nowadays, it's so easy with apps. You could just like throw away, a beautiful relationship and thinking like, oh, you could just find something else so easily. But it's like finding a soulmate is a very special thing, and it takes a lot of work when you get to a point in a relationship when you've been together. The honeymoon phase is over. The rose-colored glasses are gone. They're taken off. You see the person for who they are, and you see all the stinkiness. You see all the differences in each other, and then that's the moment you realize, are you going to be here with me through just the easy, or are you also going to be here with me through the hard shit as well? And that's important for me to be there for someone through the hard and through the easy, and to choose someone and be there for someone through those moments when, I think that's just a part of emotional maturity and having like a high emotional intelligence to be able to kind of be there for someone else who's going through a hard time.
That's beautiful. Justin, why don't you ask him one of your incredible questions.
Okay, so I actually want to rewind a little bit, when we were talking about The Voice, because
Yeah.
I really want to know your opinion on this. So a lot of I've talked to so many people from The Voice. I know a lot of them. One of my good friends actually was on the show back in 2015. But a lot of these people really really hate these singing competition shows, because it's reality TV, it's fake. Um, the way that I look at it is it's a really good opportunity for artists that we've never even heard of, to actually say what, this is who I am. So I just wanted to know do you kind of have the same view on that, or did someone kind of maybe convince you to actually audition?
Yeah, I kind of have a similar attitude. I never think of music as a competition or singing as a competition because we're all just so different, and you can't necessarily compare one singer from another. It's subjective. I mean, there's levels of good singing and being able to be like, okay, this person was not as pitchy, or this person was hitting every single note. But I really think most artists do it, myself included, for the exposure and literally to be able to share your voice and your story with as many people as possible. But yeah, the side of it, where the reality TV side and the competition side is not always the funnest, because you become friends with everyone there, and then you realize, oh yeah, you're kind of my competitor, but it doesn't feel like that. You're all friends, and we also don't want to be. We want to be known for our music and our voices rather than just your story alone, right? Because we're not celebrities in a sense, where it's like you can become celebrities, but we're offering much more than just our story and our voice and our music being the top of the cake.
Yeah, because what I really kind of don't like about these shows is that the people that get voted off early, or people just forget about them. People really only care about because I actually have a good friend who was on, I said, was on the show in 2015, and he literally was giving me everything an artist should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I absolutely saw that with you too. I mean, I love your cover of Adele, and the way that you could just play around with your voice.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah, really good job.
So, producer, why don't we play a second song? Okay. Your voice is awesome.
Thank you so much.
Suburban child, I made it to my 20s. Had it pretty good, but I never knew how to love me. Father gave me blessings from heaven above. Even all that wishing well wasn't enough. That black sheep, I made it to my 30s. Finally came to terms with all my demons, almost killed me. All my life I thought I was doing it wrong. My true self was buried in me all along. Do you love me as I am? Would it be so different if I was someone else? Will you take me, family, as I am, as I am? Let's have a conversation, maybe you'll understand. Will you take me, family, as I am? Do you love me as I am? As I am. All my friends, they relate, tell me all the stories. Seems like everybody's always going on through something. Some are scared of others, leaving them alone. Well, some are feeling like they never did belong. Looking for love in everything around me. Got a world feel special when I saw the world adore me. That was just another way to cover up my flaws. Inauthentic validation does come at a cost. Do you love me as I am? Would it be so different if I was someone else? Will you take me, family, as I am, as I am? Let's have a conversation. Maybe I'll understand. Will you take me, family, as I am? Do you love me 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 as I am? As I am, as I am. When everything's falling down, crashing all around, will you take me in your safety as I am now? Different all around. Will you take me as a real me?
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I just want to say too, like, like I was literally trying so hard not to, like, enjoy the song without acting like a fool. Like, no, seriously, it reminded me a lot of it reminded me of Demi Lovato because I know that sometimes she'll try to make self love songs and try to make it like a little bit more fun because like most of those songs are kind of like just like ballads or slow songs. Yeah, but I really liked the fact that this is kind of like a little just a song that you just like want to move to.
Yeah, totally. Happy
Tell
sad.
us. Tell us all about this song. Come on.
This one was my story song. Like, I had a producer once tell me this producer who used to manage Lindsey Sterling, that violinist who dances.
I know her.
And yeah, who dances around, so talented. And he's like, EJ, you need to, I think it'd be great for you to really write a personal story song about your life and kind of what you've been through. And that's where the first verse and the chorus came from. Of just kind of growing up, I had it pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But the aspect of it was I was hiding a huge side of myself. And I really had a hard time just accepting that part of myself and loving all of me. And, after finally getting to that point in life where I accepted myself and I came out, I always had these thoughts and feelings of like, wow, well, maybe if I was a different version that everyone else wanted me to be, maybe then they would, kind of, certain people would accept me more or they would love me unconditionally. And I think that's where that question came from. And then that second verse, I had a combo with my friend who he's not a queer individual, but he recently in the past couple of years had left his religion, and his mom just didn't necessarily agree with some of his certain actions or behaviors or lifestyle changes. And even though he's in a great place and he's an incredible, beautiful human being, his mom just makes him feel so horrible, and she just doesn't like this new version of who her son actually really is. And I feel like, in a sense, we all kind of go through that. Our biggest feat in life is to be ourselves and not let the world change you into what they want you to be. And I really feel like that's probably one of the hardest things to do in life, is to be yourself in a world that's constantly wanting you to kind of fit their mold, where that's impossible. You can't fit everyone's mold. You just can't.
Let me tell you, EJ, like I literally feel like that all the time. I also am like a gay man. I've been out for about 6 years now, or about 6 or 7 years. And I literally feel like I know what you're talking about. Like I know how it feels. Like I literally see people like thinking, and I always like wonder, like like what are these people thinking? Like like because like people look at us as like we're like just like not normal. Like we're freaks, and
Yeah.
I definitely it's really good to know that that like
You're not alone in
that other
feeling
people.
that.
Yeah, I mean like I'm sorry.
You're not alone in feeling that. It's a universal feeling sometimes to feel that way.
I want
Yeah,
to I want to share something, okay? This might only be the second time I'm sharing this live. And I'm sharing this honestly for anyone listening who might have a child that they're not sure about, okay? I want to share something. So my father came from Italy, and his brother married a Jersey girl back in the day, and that's how we moved from Long Island City, New York, to New Jersey on the same country road, and they built homes, blah, blah, blah. So we're all there, the cousins and everything. So my dad is gone, God rest his soul, but my uncle's still alive, and he's like 80-ish. Okay. And he was a Marine, a U.S. Marine. I'm telling you this for a reason. It's a very tough Italian family, right? Well, I am not gay. I'm not even bisexual, but I was with a woman for 2 years when I was doing my drugs and craziness, right? My parents never said a word. They fed her dinner. I didn't even have to have that talk. There was never a conversation. And then I said, oh, I'm not gay, blah, blah, blah. All right. My daughter's now married to a woman. She was married to a man at first. We've never had the conversation. But I'm going to share this with you. My uncle, the Marine, okay? In my book, I mention his son. I call him Mookie. He's in here. He's younger than me. I'm 62, and he's now, 50-ish. So when he was very, very young, I knew he was gay. And I approached him, and he, please tell me, I'm not gay. Please tell me. He was young. I said, I'm here for you. It doesn't matter. When he finally went to college, called me up and said, can we spend the weekend together when I come home? Cried to me. I laughed. I laughed at him. I go, honey, I've known since you were born. I still love you. He wrote me a poem, The Friend I Found in You. It's in my book. And then I wrote him one as well, because he said if it wasn't for me, he may not be here. But this is what I want to share about his father. His mom, who I love, my aunt, became a Christian. And I'm a Christian. But when people become Christians, in the beginning, everybody's going to hell. And I used to tell her to stop judging people. And she said a couple things before he came out of the closet to let him know it would not be okay with her if she had a gay son, right? So when he finally came out of the closet, he was now older, and he approached his father, who was building him a home in Robbinsville on our road. And he said, Dad, I can't stay here. I have to leave. I have to go to Florida. He said, I'm gay, and I need to be there with my friends. And this is what my uncle said. He put his arms around his son, and he said, Michael or John, I no care for you, a half a gay, a full a gay, or purple. Well, I don't want you to be purple. You might be sick if you're purple. He goes, I love you anyway, and you be happy, and gave him his blessings. So the person who helped his mom was a pastor, believe it or not, and said, you love your son unconditionally. It doesn't matter. So I'm sharing all that with whoever's out there listening that needed to hear that, okay? Because we are no one's judge, and if we love someone, we love them unconditionally. So no one should ever feel like they even have to have that talk. So I want to tell both of you right now, you are more than worth it. So know your worth, okay? You are more than worth it. You were created beautifully, and everyone has a right to be happy. So whatever it is, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, be happy, guys. Okay? I just had to say that.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Very amazing.
That was so inspirational. Thank you.
You're welcome, but I just had to. So, Justin, I know you're dying to ask him another question. I'm going to let you. Come on, one more question.
No, seriously, I was just like enjoying like I was just really listening like to like for all those like kind words that you have to say, like thank you, and I'm pretty sure this like definitely means a lot to EJ as well.
Thank you.
So what was it? So EJ, what was it like? You know, like if you can describe, you know, like your experience, you know, with coming out, you know, like was it like a was the response you know, something that you were expecting, or you know, was it did you get the response that you wanted? Like how was that talk,
Yeah.
the first talk, about that?
Yeah, of course. I did not expect everyone to respond in the positive manner that they did, especially like my dad and my brothers. I had come out to my band first, and then I came out to my mom, and then after I went through this divorce with a woman, my older brother, who's in my band, was like, "Hey, we need to get the whole family together. And you need to come out to all of them right now."
I love it.
So he orchestrated, got everyone together. They all sat around a room. I went upstairs. I was with my ex-wife at the time, and I just told him I've been holding this in for, and I was 26 at the time. I'm in my later 20s. I've been holding this in for so long, and you know, I think they all had kind of different reactions. My little brother was like, "Wow, I see you now. I get this wall has been lifted. I finally feel like I understand. So many things make sense." My sister was kind of upset because she's like, "Why did you marry a woman if you knew you were gay? Like you're hurting her." And I totally get her reaction in that. And you know, I came back and I was like, this is the only option I had within my church and religion. They said you be single or you marry a woman. So I felt like I was given two options, and I didn't want to be alone. And then my dad was just like, just don't be stupid. I think his, you know, at the time, he just would view gay people as okay, once you come out, you're just going to lose yourself in drugs and sex and alcohol, and you're going to end up on the streets with HIV and addicted to heroin type of a thing. And I think that is another judgment that people have for queer individuals. But rest assured, I was just like, Dad, I am me, and I'm always going to be me, and literally, it's just a part of me that you didn't know, now you do know. And everything else is the exact same. And it's been the exact same. Yeah, I literally only have one alcoholic drink I like. I never used to drink, but I still don't I still don't want to try hardcore drugs, and don't think I will.
Don't be an ass. Don't be an ass.
Yeah, I don't find...
not a dumbass.
Yeah, I don't find the reason to do that for me. There's no curiosity there, I would say. And, you know, it's important for me to make good decisions that align me with my values in, a long-term, peaceful, happy state. And I know there's certain things that, while they sound exciting and fun in the moment, they're not going to attribute to your long-term sense of self and fulfillment. So I decided to live my life in that way. That'll kind of keep me, you know, focused on my goals and stuff like The Voice and my music career and putting out new music and having a good relationship and going on amazing vacations with my partner and keeping my life in order in that sense.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because I feel like there's just times in life where it's easy to get lost or easy to, you know, fall off a path and kind of feel like, where am I headed? What am I doing? And sometimes when people are in those emotional states, they can turn to stuff that's not good for them. But,
Beautifully said. I think it's time now we play your third song. Now, this one really rocked me, I got to tell you. Okay.
Yeah, I really love this one.
Okay. Okay, producer.
I stay at home on the weekends. I never trash my hotel, and I live most of my life pretending to be something I'm not. I never jump off the deep end. I'm not a rock star. Whoa, don't drive a fast car. Whoa, don't last night till turn 40. There's one more thing you probably already guessed about me, that I like guys. Go ahead and judge me. I'm not a rock star. Whoa, don't drive a fast car. Whoa, don't got the boots, diamond rings, studded belt, or the girl. I'm not a rock star. Never been a rock star. Ooh na na na, ooh na na na. Whoa. Ooh na na na, ooh na na na. Whoa. Please tell me, what should I do? Living a lie to get more views. Please tell me if I am cool. I'm not a rock star. I'm not a rock star. Whoa, don't drive a fast car. Whoa, don't got the boots, diamond rings, studded belt, or the girl. I'm not a rock star. Never been a rock star. Ooh na na na, ooh na na na. Whoa, hey. Ooh na na na, ooh na na na. Whoa, ooh na na na, ooh na na na. Never been a rock star.
Are a rock star, okay? You are a rock star. Come on.
Rock star.
It's amazing. Producer, what'd you think of this? He's giving you a thumbs up, okay? You're a rock star, he said.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Okay, I have to say,
Go ahead.
when I first heard this song, like I immediately thought I definitely admire someone like who definitely like has the guts to just like say this is who I am. I'm I'm sorry, I can't curse, but like you know exactly what I'm like. You know
Yes.
exactly what I was about to say.
Yes.
Like seriously.
Yeah, that was
EJ.
actually a really good song.
it's a great song,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Producer, see?
Yeah.
EJ,
yeah,
tell us
yeah.
about this cool song.
This one was such a random song. How it came about, I started writing it during sound check before my show with the Lifehouse. I remember I was just on my keyboard and my bass was just playing this little line, and I think I came out with the verse melody, and then I just had it in my phone, and then one night I was just laying in bed and I'm like going through my phone recordings and I'm like, ooh, this idea was really cool. I would love to pursue it further. And then I remember just the chorus melody and the whole song just came together so quick and so fast. It was so fun to make with my band and release it under my own name because it was kind of just talking about how I'm from the suburbs. You know, I feel like such a regular person sometimes that I'm like, I just don't feel like a rock
Wait,
star.
hold that thought just one second. Like, 'cause I just wanted to say something.
Okay.
You wrote that song like so quick, like that quick, like because like I don't really think that song, like because it's so good. I don't really think it was written like that fast.
I bet it
The best
was.
ones.
I bet
The
it
best
was.
ones are pretty quick.
Yeah, like a really good I mean like that song like I really think like everyone should go listen to.
That's
like
so funny.
seriously.
Thank
amazing.
you. I appreciate
Amazing.
it. Thank
So,
you so much.
you are a rock star. So listen, I'm going to give you the mic, EJ. I don't want you to forget anything you might have thought you wanted to talk about. Now's your time. Take the mic, young man.
My biggest thing is my album coming out on August 4th. That is something I've been working towards for the past 2.5 years. I have 11 songs on this album. I have been writing about finding and falling in love, and then also kind of reflecting on just my personal journey to get to where I am at my place of authenticity and self-love. And literally, these songs mean so much to me. I'm naming the album Michigan Avenue after a street.
Oh.
My favorite street in, I call it Sugar House, South Salt Lake area in Utah. I know there's actually a lot of other streets called Michigan Avenue. One I stumbled across in San Francisco at Alcatraz. there was like one of the jail cells, like
Oh.
the rows was called Michigan Avenue.
Oh.
And I'm like, holy crap, just seeing how this name is everywhere. And I had a cousin from Michigan. They're like, oh my gosh, are you making an album about us? And I'm like, no, but you can't pretend it's for you. And yeah, no, the street is just this old historic street downtown in Salt Lake that has these homes that were built in the 1920s.
Oh.
They're like these old Tudor-style houses with these big sycamore trees that are lining the entire street. It literally looks like the set of a movie. And my friend showed me the street, and I remember driving down and just feeling so much magic and so much sense of hope and wonder, and just thinking like, wow, the way I feel going down the street is kind of how I felt writing this album. It was such a healing process for me, and such a calming process. And the majority of the album is kind of like a mellow vibe. It's definitely more fall time vibes, I would say. There are some more upbeat songs, but it's such a cozy album, and I just cannot wait to release it and put it out and to show solo E.J. Michels' music sound to the world.
And tell them how to get it, how to reach out, all this, everything.
Yes, so I have a website, E.J. Michels Music. Literally on there, you can subscribe to my email list, where I'll be sending you the songs before they come out. I'll be sending you all the details of shows, anything exclusive, basically, anything happening from videos, shows, and music. I have all my social media links there, all my music links, all of my video links. So if you follow me on ejmichelsmusic.com, follow me on Spotify, on Instagram, and TikTok, and you'll be getting my third single called June that's coming out the 23rd of this month. A song I wrote about and for my boyfriend when we first started dating. And then next month you'll be getting the fourth and final single to my album called Magic, which I think is the majority of people love that song. I've shared the album with a few people, and most people are obsessed with this fourth single I'm releasing called Magic.
Hold on, because I don't want to forget this, and then you can continue. Your name is spelled Michels. There's no A in it.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Jimmy.
Okay, no A, guys. Just, okay, now.
Yeah, no A. Like,
no A. Yeah. Now, EJ, you just mentioned that song Magic. Is there any way you could just give us a couple lines of it a cappella?
Yeah. It kind of starts out, I've told too many lies, been awake so many nights, I can feel it in the wind. Slight of fear stain on my skin. If time stopped, I'd go back, change the things that I've done, erase everything that I like. I need some magic in my life to light me up inside. And it goes into the chorus. Woo! And then kind of gets into this really cool thing.
Amazing.
Okay, yeah. That's enough for right now, Jerry. Okay, like we know you want it, Jerry. Like, just don't spoil it for all of us.
Don't ask for more.
Thank
Jerry.
you. No, I won't ask for more. That was amazing. That was beautiful. I thank you for that. So, EJ, I'm going to let you give some closing words. I'm going to let Justin give some closing words, and then I want to read a poem for you and everyone out of my book. But EJ, the mic is yours. You have plenty of time. What else would you like to talk about, share, in words of encouragement, anything?
I would just like to say, anyone out there who's struggling with finding themselves or loving themselves, just know there's hope. You're not alone in that journey. And I've been through it. It's been one of the hardest things I've come out of. And coming out of that, I can definitely say that life is worth living, and everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Everything that you fear literally is the gateway to getting the life that you do want. And it's literally, if you can just face them head on, whatever you're afraid of, and you can just look it in the mirror and move past that, literally, you'll realize that your fears are not as scary as you think they are. And anyone who wants to be an artist, it is tough, and you gotta have thick skin, and you gotta be resilient, and you have to believe in yourself and be your own fan first and foremost, because no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to make your career for you. You really have to go out of your way to make your life and your dreams happen. And the right people will come into your life when you're doing that. So thank you for having me, guys, so much.
Oh my
so
gosh.
much love.
Amazing.
EJ Michels, be looking for my album, Michigan Avenue, that's coming out on August 4th. I cannot wait. I've been working on this for the past almost 2.5 years.
Amazing. Justin, what would you like to say?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much, EJ, for taking the time to come be with us on the Geri Petito show. Thank you to Geri, always for letting me co-host
Sure.
on your incredible shows. Thank you to all the fans out there listening, and there's definitely going to be more cool stuff coming your way. I'm really excited about the interview that we have in August with probably one of the biggest mental health advocates in the world, Kevin Hines. I'm really excited about that.
Wow.
And there's gonna be some stuff too. And there's gonna be some cool stuff. And rock on.
Let's go.
So, first of all, I want to thank both of you. Let's do that first. First of all, of course, Justin, you always bring it, baby. Thank you. You know, I love you, and you're welcome anytime. And EJ, are you kidding me? This was amazing. And again, thank you for honoring me today with this interview, and Justin, and thank you for these beautiful songs, okay? You're already a rock star, okay? So I wouldn't
Thank
even
you.
worry about that, baby. That's the next song. I'm already a rock star. That's what you need to write, okay? Yes. Yes. But I want to share something with you before I close with this poem. I recently interviewed Navarone, Priscilla Presley's son, from Them Guns. That's his band. So many people never even heard of him, and he's Priscilla Presley's son. And I'm saying that to encourage you a little bit, to know that people are going to know you. People are going to know your name, you know? And you don't have to be related to someone famous, okay? Your voice speaks for itself, kiddo, okay? So you are going to be a rock star if you aren't already. So now, I want to
Thank
share
you.
this poem because you said a few things that I think you said, you know, just face your fears, okay? This particular poem I wrote is called Face It Till You Make It, okay? So I think
Love
it's
it.
appropriate. So I'm going to read this. Fake it till you make it is a term heard so much. I don't really agree. It's living with a crutch. Not just for addiction, all life lessons, my friend. That's a saddened life to live until the end. I'd rather go by saying more real, face it till you make it, in spite of how you feel. We gotta grow up, put our past behind. In spite of our hurts, there's greatness to find. I'd rather go through life smiling every day, holding up my chin, all good things to say. Positive thinking and actions likewise throw out a force up into the skies. What we project is what we will earn. Karma is real, we each have a turn. Your thoughts are wired to make you think. With what you do can make you sink. Keep all your thoughts uplifting and real. Feeding your mind crap destroys how you feel. So don't put out crap, it comes back to bite. Stand up real tall and just fight the fight. I promise you this, if you face all your fears, it may be quite scary, but will add to your years. One day you'll be happy with who you now are. Just look at me, I've really come far. I look in the mirror and like what I see, but most important, I really love me. And you know, EJ, you said something about liking yourself, and it's all true. So everybody listening, I want to thank you for watching this. Please share this. Please support this guy because he deserves it, okay? You know, I'm always here. Anyone needs to talk, anyone needs to listen, I'm always here, okay? Producer, we're not going to play the song at the end today. I'm going to have EJ give another word of encouragement to anyone out there listening. That's how we're going to close today. I usually play my song. We're not going to do it. I want the last thing they hear to be your voice, sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to end off on words of law of attraction, of what you think about is what you bring about. And whatever you want to happen in your life, I'd like to think of it as setting that intention every single day, thinking about your dream, thinking about that song or that art or that business or that boyfriend or girlfriend you want to ask out, whatever it is in life that you want. If you think about it and you act on it, it's going to happen. And, you know, if you think about what you don't want, you're probably going to push away the things that you do want. So my words of encouragement is to attract what you do want and think about the positive outcomes in life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much love, guys. I appreciate you.
This was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.